subject. We're going to take you through a journey to review your past, assess the present, and design your future the right way. Okay, John is going to guide you through this particular journey. Now, first, a quick introduction. So we were going through some data recently, and we found something really, really, really cool. So Mindvalley has an online assessment, and you can access this at assessment. I believe it's called assessment.mindvalley.com.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Assessment.mind, or is it lifebook.mindvalley.com? Anyway, we have this online assessment. We'll send you a link to it, but we found something really interesting. People who do this online assessment, it takes 22 minutes and you get a map of your life. You see where you are moving ahead, where you're falling behind. Now, when we looked at the data from hundreds of thousands of people who had taken this assessment, the people who actually had done Lifebook saw a 25% year-on-year increase in their scores, as opposed to 3% for people who had done the assessment but didn't have a Lifebook. They may have been a Mindvalley member, they may have had access to a lot of different programs, but they did not see a high as jump in their score as the people who had done Lifebook. Now, can you guess why? I believe the reason is because Lifebook gives you a deliberate framework to structure your life. I mean, imagine trying to start a business with no processes, no business plan, no strategy. Lifebook gives you the process, the sort of the business plan for your life, strategy. And that's why we are seeing a significant increase in one's expansion of their life, finance, health, love relationships, character, emotional well-being when they have a Lifebook. So who is Lifebook for? So Lifebook is for you if you're going through a transition in life. What do we mean by a transition? Maybe you're the business right now, but you're ready to take that business further. Maybe you just got a grand promotion at work. You're stepping up into a C-level executive. Perhaps you're graduating college. That's a big transition. Perhaps you just went through a breakup, another big transition. Or you're going into a relationship, also a big transition. Perhaps you're about to retire. That too is a big transition. In all of these transition points, what often happens is people go into them unplanned. But it's so important when you're going through these transition points that you have your life plan. Okay, now the second thing that makes Lifebook necessary for you is that if you're having imbalanced development, this means maybe your health scores are through the roof, but you're lonely and you're not meeting someone and you're really seeking a relationship. Maybe you are incredibly wealthy, but you are sickly and your health has gone off the table, or you've lost your connection with your children. If you're going through any form of imbalance in your life, Lifebook is for you. Third, if you feel you lack purpose, clarity, direction in your life. Fourth, if you're systems oriented and you want to have your life structured in such a way where you know you're going to grow, you know that you can overcome any hurdle. Now, let me tell you why Lifebook is so important. So if any of those four reasons appeal to you, type in a yes and say what that reason is, because I want to kind of get a survey of who's here. Okay, let me go back. You're going through a transition. You feel off balance. You feel that maybe you haven't discovered your mission or your purpose yet, or you're just really process oriented and you have your personal growth down pat that you want to process around it. Okay, so a lot of people are saying yes, all four. A lot of people are saying they're going through a transition. That's great. That's fantastic. Okay, now I want to tell you, now all of this is great. This is left brain stuff, but I want to share a crazy story. For those of you who have done Lifebook, you've probably heard this story before. Indulge me. I want to share it because this is a story of magic. All right. Now, I'm a big believer in manifesting. I believe, based on my religious beliefs, my spiritual beliefs, I believe that we live in a world that we can poke, that we can influence our reality. Now, this does not mean hoping and wishing. You got to take action as well, right? But the thoughts that are in our head, the decisions that we make, the desires we have, all influence our reality. The problem is, for many people, their thoughts, their decisions, their desires are cluttered. They come on a whim and a fancy, and then they disappear. What Lifebook forces you to do is to put this down. So in 2010, I started hearing about Lifebook. A lot of my entrepreneurial friends were attending this seminar. Back then, it was $7,500. That's worth about $10,000 in today's money. And you had to fly all the way to Chicago, go to this beautiful place called the Lifebook Launch and do the seminar. So I did the seminar. I paid $7,500 for the seminar. John didn't know me back then. I didn't even get a discount from John. But I want to show you one of the pages from my Lifebook. So again, my Lifebook has 100 pages. But there was this one page that actually, I'm going to come to that page. First, let me tell you the story. By the way, one of the things that made me do this seminar is I saw this picture of John, and my health was bad. I was building a business. I was decently proud of my business. Mindvalley was doing, a decent amount, maybe 3-4 million a year, small compared to what we do right now. But my health was completely off. I was feeling sickly and so on. And I saw this picture of John, right? And I'm like, has this man found the fountain of youth? Because it's been 20 years and he hasn't aged. If anything, he's maybe gone from a 6-pack to an 8-pack. What the hell is he doing? And so this was actually, I saw this picture, and this was one of the things that inspired me to do Lifebook. Now, I was chubby back then, 22% body fat. This is what happened to my body. As I started understanding this concept of how you can really design your life, I ended up getting business success. My business grew by 45,000%. We went from 3 million to approaching 150 million, right? I think I did the math, right? That's a lot, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. 3 million. Now that wasn't instant. It was around 12 years to get there. Okay, 12 years. But we did it but as I got there, my health stayed in tip-top shape. Now I went through a divorce. I want to be very honest there. I went through a divorce, but there are two types of divorces. There are divorces which are horribly messy and you hate each other. And there are divorces where you're being with the same person and you love that person and you're together for X number of years. In my case, 19 years with the same woman. But at a certain point, we realized we were becoming friends and we decided to do a conscious uncoupling. And Lifebook led to that as well, because we realized we had different visions. And Lifebook led to that, and I'm still dear friends with my former wife. We co-parent together. She lives 12 minutes away down the street. In fact, I'm about to go on a trip to Antarctica with her and our 2 children. We are completely divorced. We are just friends, but because Lifebook helped us understand that our relationship was not what it was meant to be. And so that's another really cool thing about Lifebook, right? And we're going to be talking about that. Some of you are looking for a relationship, but one of the other things we've observed, and I don't want to scare you, but sometimes when you do Lifebook, you realize you are in the wrong relationship and that relationship needs to evolve. Not in a bad way. We evolved from husband and wife to friends. And we did it in a very compassionate, kind, loving way. But Lifebook helped us see that we were holding each other back by being in the wrong relationship. I thrived when I came out of that, and she thrived. Her book just hit #1 in the Wall Street Journal. She's now a best-selling author. But the craziest part of Lifebook was this. So what you're seeing here is an actual page, non-edited in 2010. Now, I'm not proud of everything I wrote there. I wrote some stuff there that today, the version of me today, think is stupid. For example, I wrote, I own awesome cars, I own awesome toys, sports cars, a bar, gadgets, and more. I don't own a car, guys. I have 2 bicycles. I'm just not into that, right? But the younger me, I guess I thought owning a cool car was a thing. But look at some of the other stuff around here. When I put this down, I was in Malaysia. Today, I'm approaching 100 countries. I put down, I have access to the most influential, fascinating people in the world. I put down, I'm going to be a major speaker. I wasn't speaking back then. I put down that I could stay in 5-star resorts around the world. I couldn't afford 5-star resorts back then. I wrote that I was going on brilliant trips with amazing trips with the most brilliant, insightful people in the world. I wrote that I got to live the life of the super rich. I wrote this, partying in the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and more. And then I wrote something crazy. I won an Emmy, Grammy, or an Academy Award. And then I wrote, I want to be an online star in personal growth with 1 million active fans. At that point, I had none of these. 10 months after taking Lifebook. So here's how the universe works. So here's the important lesson. I want you to remember this. Very often we give the universe one goal. And nothing wrong with that. That's directed manifesting. But there's a different type of manifesting, which I call web manifesting. Web as in a spider web, right? It's not one goal. You paint a picture of different things that you want. You don't know necessarily how you're going to get it. But as these different pictures, these different desires come together, the universe unveils for you the mission, the business idea, the concept that gets you there in the fastest possible way without you directly knowing the answer. Napoleon Hill in this book, Think and Grow Rich, called this taking baby steps. So I put all of this down, and 10 months later, I had the crazy idea to start a festival. So I started a festival called A-Fest, and A-Fest took off like crazy. It's now in its 13th year. And through A-Fest, guess what? I got to travel all around the world. No one was putting me on their stage. So A-Fest, I owned the stage. I got to put myself on the stage and make myself a speaker. I had all of these amazing speakers coming and speaking. So I all of a sudden was connected to all of these legendary people. Several of them, Lisa Nichols, Sri Kumar Rao became the first Mindvalley authors, and Mindvalley started taking off. You know, when I was putting A-Fest in these hotels around the world, look at the third one. I will own 5-star resorts, offices by the beach. I didn't get to own them, but because I was renting out these hotels, they would give me the presidential suite. I was certainly living the life of luxury of the ultra rich. Now, this is where it gets crazy. When I went back to this Lifebook, I was shocked because I wrote, I love organizing parties for my friends. And I wrote, I want to organize these celebrations in the Mediterranean, the Caribbean. We had A-Fest literally in the Game of Thrones castle in the Mediterranean, rented out the entire castle for Mindvalley customers and our friends. We had A-Fest in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, in Cancun, in all of these exotic locations, the most glorious parties. And the craziest thing is this, and this is what really makes me believe that the universe is an illusion, because I can't even explain this. You see the part where I wrote, win an Emmy, Grammy, or an Academy Award? So this film producer comes to A-Fest, right? His name is Nick Nanton. He runs a company called DNA Films. And he films, so we're doing an A-Fest in Costa Rica, and he films a movie about it called Live Your Quest. You can find this in IMDb, true story. He films a movie about A-Fest, and he features many of the speakers on stage. He says, Vishen, help me fund it. I'm going to put in most of my money, but put in 20 grand. So I put in 20 grand. I became an executive producer. And that documentary, Live Your Quest, got nominated for, I believe, three daytime Emmys and won an Emmy for Best Director. You can go check it out. It's on IMDb. I, all of a sudden, because I was the executive producer, I freaking got an Emmy. Like, how the heck did that happen? Right? So this is where sometimes when you start writing these things down, you don't even know how the universe is going to unfold for you, but it does, because the universe has your back. Now, I'm going to hand the floor to John and Missy, and they're now going to take you through a powerful exercise that's part of their methodology to help you get clear. John, Missy, all you.
Hey, guys.
Thank you, Vishen. That was beautiful. Thanks
Amazing.
for sharing all that.
Oh.
My goodness.
There's
John, Missy, I apologize. There is this video I'm supposed to play to introduce you. May I play this video first? It's 3 minutes.
Sure.
Okay, great. Let's do that. Can you guys hear?
Yep.
I'm standing here, guys, in what is possibly the most amazing home I've ever been to. I've been living here for the last 24 hours that we've been shooting a special masterclass with John Butcher. I've never been in a space that seems so beautiful, that is so filled with the most spectacular artwork, that is designed to be in tune with nature, to inspire people to think in unconventional ways. This home itself is a masterpiece of art. But the man in this home is special because what he's created is a masterpiece of a life. John is an outlier in every aspect of life. He showed me that all the ways we've learned to define success in our life, from the time we're little kids to high school to college, a lot of that is absolute rubbish. And that there are entirely new dimensions of success which are emerging in the world today, which are unconventional, controversial, but truly are going to lead to you building not just a happy life, but a legendary life. So let me tell you a couple of things about John Butcher and why you want to be paying attention to this man whom we're going to be bringing onto Mindvalley Academy. The first thing is, John is not a personal growth author. He's an entrepreneur, the chairman of the board of the Precious Moments family of companies that has done 10 billion in sales in the past 30 years. They create those beautiful porcelain dolls that you may have seen everywhere in the world. And while doing that, he has started 20 additional companies. A couple of stunning facts about John. John is in his 50s, and recently he released a blog post that showed his body at the age of 29 and 49. Take a look at this image. This man has somehow been able to defy aging. But it's not just health and fitness. John is a grandfather. He's got 2 grandkids, 1 on the way, 4 children. But you know, he's created a life around his family and his kids so beautiful that his kids do not go to regular school. John instead travels the world with them. He's been to half the world's countries. He has said, my children will learn more in the bazaars of Egypt than in the American public school system. He has completely hacked the idea of raising kids, raising grandkids, and schooling. But now let's talk about his relationships. I have never seen a man and woman more in love and committed to each other than John and his wife, Missy. 30 years together, and they have built one of the most mind-blowingly role model relationships in the world. There's more. John is able to create a life where he can pursue his passions with ease. He just became an artist. This year, in his 50s, he has sold over 100 grand worth of his artwork. He's now being asked to create art pieces for celebrities around the world, and his work is astonishing. Now, John's secret is really simple, but it's unconventional. And it's a secret I wish every American and world public school system was teaching their kids. It is humanity's loss that this is not mainstream. His secret is a model he calls Lifebook. See, John accidentally became a personal growth legend, and this is what makes him an outlier. All of the other billionaires I've spoken to are unconsciously competent. They are good at what they do, but they cannot retrace their steps and teach you. John is consciously competent. He's built a formula that he's applied to his life diligently for the last several decades, and he started teaching it to people. It started with a few close friends, and then it expanded. Then he started inviting people into his home where he would get facilitators to come and teach them this formula. And this formula, guys, is called Lifebook. Okay, and we'll stop there. So you guys have the idea. That's a beautiful introduction, right, Sean? And I wanted people to see.
Thank you, Vishen.
Wow.
So now
So
let's go to
wonderful.
you. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, V. That was beautiful.
so today
Wow.
we're going to be covering what we're going to do today, you guys, is help you set your goals for 2024. And that could really be a game changer if you play all out today. You know, I was listening to Vishen's story and it blows me away, but it's the same story that almost all life bookers have. The difference between Vishen and other life bookers is Vishen asked for so much and he got it. And that's the
right.
same thing with us.
Yeah.
We asked for so much in our lives and we got it. So,
Be careful what you wish for.
well, that's number one. But also you want to really have the courage to connect to your true desires. That's how to get the most out of today's training, is to have the courage to ask for what you really want. No distractions, turn your ringer off. We got a little workbook that you can download, or you can just do the exercises that we're going to do on paper. They're super simple. And so let's get started.
Let's do it.
Okay, as Vishen said, the biggest difference between life bookers and non-life bookers is the rate of annual growth that life bookers achieve across, and this is the key, all areas of life. And that difference is 3%, give or take a couple percentage points with average people, if any percentage increase at all, versus over the hundreds of thousands of people that we've seen, 25.1% annual increase across every category of life. And some of these categories are unexpected, right? Like
Yeah.
that you
Your
never think
emotional-
about.
Your emotional category, your
Yeah,
character.
well, let's just think
category.
about that one.
Yeah.
Think about a 25% increase in your emotional life, in your well-being, in the emotional states.
In the
that
way
ex-
you view your experience of life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's in your character,
Yes.
in your parenting. So we're not just talking about the big three, which are health, love, and financial. Those are the big three that people focus on. We're talking about all 12 categories of life. Let's talk about what it's like to live like that, where you have that kind of a percentage increase every year when it stacks.
It's exponential, because the crazy thing is you're totally aligned and you're in flow, and everything, like Vishen was saying in the beginning, it's this web that it's almost like all you're doing now is conducting. It's all
Exactly.
flowing through you because you're integrated. You've integrated all these dimensions of yourself,
Right.
and it's all flowing in one direction, and it's amazing.
And it's hard to describe to people that haven't experienced what that's like, but Vishen's had a life book for almost 15 years now. And look at how far, I mean, it's mind-boggling how far he's gone with it. We've had a life book for over 20 years, and here we are in the middle of our dream life. You guys, this is a magic process. It's magic and science mixed. It's not just woo-woo mumbo jumbo. This is a scientifically, mathematically quantified process. That if you follow this process, you are going to end up where we are in your dream life.
You're working with universal laws. That's what's happening. Like Vision said, you poke the universe, you're going to get something back. This is really universal laws that we're working with, the energies of the universe. So.
Okay, so let's go on to the next slide here, because we want to get to you guys and stop talking about us.
Yes.
So how Lifebookers create that 25.1% increase across all area of their lives mainly is through goal setting. There are other tools, but goal setting is the thing that allows you to take control of your life. When you set a goal, you're commanding yourself to go in a certain direction. Goal setting is how you get in charge of yourself. It's the master skill of success. It's the most important skill you could ever develop. And a person with average intelligence and clear goals is going to run circles around a genius who doesn't know what he wants every single time.
And there's so much misconception around goals. What is a goal? Goals aren't for your teacher. It's not school. You're not in school doing goals for someone else.
That's how people view.
Right.
A lot
It's
of
got
people
this
view
bad
goals.
connotation. Or like for your boss, you got to hit your sales goals. No, this is literally your soul's most deep desires that you are going to tap into and make a reality.
Exactly. So what a goal is, this is the way to think about it, you guys, because like Miss says, so many people view it as, oh, I got to get this done.
Yeah.
Like for my boss or for my teacher, it's literally the opposite of that.
It is.
All a goal is something that you want
Desire.
and are willing to work toward. And that second piece is important because when you ask for money, when you set a goal for money, usually it's not going to drop out of the sky on your head. Usually it's not going to come in the form of you won the lottery. Usually it's going to come with a job list. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's just the deal.
Yeah. Might take you a few years to get through that job list. And then you'll have your money that you asked for.
When you ask for your ideal body, that's going to come with a few workouts and it's going to come with meal planning. So a goal is a deep desire. That's what it should be. And so we shouldn't be scared of setting goals. We should want to get in touch with the things that we want in our lives and be willing to move toward them. But here's the problem. Next slide, Alex. Most people don't make progress, even if they are goal setters, because they make the following mistakes. Number one, they set goals that are, where are you, Alex? There you go. They set goals that are externally driven, meaning they didn't come from inside themselves.
That's what we were just talking about.
Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
They came from outside. Now, what does that look like? Did you really want to be an engineer? Was that a deep soul level desire, or did your parents put that in your head? You know, your parents, your teachers, your preachers. You want to make sure that your goals come in from inside you. They're not put on you by the culture. You're not setting goals to keep up with the Joneses because that's what the culture expects you to do. That's a huge mistake. Number two, they set unbalanced goals. And this is simple. Business people, entrepreneurs, hello. We tend to set goals, way too many business related goals, way too many financial related goals at the expense of our personal life, the expense of our love relationship, the expense of our health and fitness. Whereas people like students, sometimes artists, stay-at-home parents tend to do the opposite. They tend to set all personal goals and completely ignore their business and financial life. So their business and financial life are a wreck, right? Number three, contradictory goals. And this is a big one. People don't understand that they do this. Here's what that looks like. I'm going to set a goal to increase my income by 50% this year. And I'm going to set a goal to take my health and fitness to the next level and my love relationship to the next level. But I don't stop and think that in order to increase my income by 50%, I'm literally going to have to spend 15 to 20 more hours a week in the office. I'm going to have to work harder. I'm just going to. That's going to come. And what's that going to do to my workouts? What's that going to do to my love relationship? If I accomplish this one, necessarily that means that one is going to be compromised. And you don't want to do that because that's setting yourself up for failure before you even start. Next, they set goals that lack purpose, meaning, there's no strong reason, right? There's no strong reason. There's no burning desire, especially if those goals are externally driven.
That's how you can tell if it's externally
There you
driven.
go.
You don't have that passion or that juice, it's probably not yours.
It's exactly right. So you got to have goals that have purpose. If you set goals where you lack purpose, you will not achieve them. You got no fuel.
That's right.
Number 5, no action plan. Your goal is disconnected from your daily behaviors. You don't have a way to get that goal that's way up here down onto your daily to-do list because you haven't thought it through. Now, life bookers, on the other hand, do every single one of those things opposite. When we set goals, and the Lifebook process guarantees that you set goals like this. When you go through the Lifebook process and bring that much consciousness to your life, you're guaranteed to have goals that are internally driven. Those goals came from you. They didn't come from anyone else. How do you know? Because you sat down and deeply thought about what you want, and your goals are aligned with your deepest desires. Number 2, your goals are holistic and balanced. They're not imbalanced. Your love goal does not fight with your health goal, which does not fight with your business and financial goal. You haven't just set goals in 1 or 2 areas of your life. You looked at your entire life, and therefore all of your goals are aligned and going in the same direction. And that's next. Go ahead. Fully aligned. And what fully aligned means, you guys, is there's no pull. This goal is pulling me over here. That goal is pulling me over there. All of your energy is going to the same place, which is your life vision. And that creates this crazy situation where a win anywhere in your life is a win everywhere.
It's the web that Vision was talking about.
Exactly.
It's everything. It's because you are multidimensional. We're multidimensional beings, and we bring that all together in Lifebook.
That's
so
right.
Know all of that.
Here's what that means, a win everywhere. Just one more thing on the fully aligned. This is what that means. A win anywhere is a win everywhere. When you're fully aligned and moving toward a crystal clear life vision and all of your goals are coherent, you win in health and fitness, you take your health and fitness to the next level, your friggin' financial life's going to go off the chart. Why? Because you can think more clearly. You have more energy to apply to your business. Your love relationship's going to go to the next level. Your sex going to get better. A win anywhere in your life becomes a win everywhere. Next, your goals are purpose driven because they came from you, and you know what reward you're going to get if you achieve them. And you know another good trick here? A stick, a carrot and a stick. The carrot is I'm going to get this wonderful life if I'm able to achieve these goals. And the stick is, what am I going to lose if I don't get my ass off the couch and start working toward this? What am I going to lose? You want to have that leverage on yourself where you have the carrot and the stick. So you want to make sure that there's strong purpose behind your goals.
You got to move. You got to move.
That's right. And that's the next one.
Yeah.
Your goals have to come back to an action plan.
Yeah.
Like they're not worth the paper they're written on if you're not willing to put one foot in front of the other to achieve them. Okay, so we're going to make sure when you're setting your goals today, we're going to do a real high level exercise, you guys. We're going to basically take you through in 45 minutes what we spend weeks on in the Lifebook program, but you'll see the power of it.
Just a snapshot.
It is.
Yeah.
And when we sit down with you to help you set your goals, we're going to make sure that they have all those 5 attributes that we just discovered. But before we do that, we're going to talk about where you are right now in your life and where you were a year ago so that you can see your rate of progress. Remember, an average life booker, rate of progress 25.1%. So we're going to want to really set you up for success next year. So here's what we're going to do. The 5-step assessment to determine your rate of progress. Number 1, we're going to assess where you are right now in the big 3 categories. Those categories are, and by the way, I want to give you these percentages because hundreds of thousands of people have taken the Lifebook assessment. The number 1 category of key focus that people say they most need to improve in their life is their financial life. And that's 26% of people that take the introspect assessment say finances is most important. Number 2 is love with 20%. And number 3 is health and fitness with about 15% of people say that that's the most important category. So what we're going to do is we're going to assess where you are in those three categories with a very simple methodology. Again, just a snapshot. Next, we're going to review where you were a year ago. And then next, we're going to be able to rate your progress over the last year. And you'll be able to compare your progress to our 25.1% benchmark. Then we're going to help you set your goals for 2024 in these three categories. And from there, you're going to be able to predict your future progress in 2024.
Excellent.
So we ready to have some fun, guys? Okay, we're going to assess your present. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at those three categories: health, love, and wealth. And you're going to rate yourself on a 1 to 10. And here's the scale, you guys. A 1 is disastrous. A 1 is you can't get anywhere, like you are really, really in a lot of pain. A 10 is ideal. Just is as good as it gets. A 5 is average. Okay, so between 1 and 5, say a 3 is poor. Between 5 and 10, average and ideal. A 7 is good. An 8 is very good. So you get the scale, right? Okay, now just take a deep breath. Take a minute and bring a little bit of consciousness to your health and fitness. Start by visualizing your ideal health and fitness, your ideal body, your ideal, your feeling of vitality, how you look, how you feel. Visualize that 10, and then honestly rate. Are you going to do this?
I'm
going to do it too.
Yeah, let's go.
Honestly rate where you are right now in your health. If you guys want to throw them in the chat, we'll take a look. 1 to 10.
You've already done all three, so.
Okay. Well, we're all over the place. That's great. That's great.
Such is life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see we got some Lifebookers in here because we got some high scores. All right. Now do the same thing for your love life. So, and if you're not in a relationship right now and you want a relationship, go ahead and don't be afraid to score your score low. If you are not in a relationship right now and you desire one, we're going to help you figure that out. Period. Okay. If you're not in a love relationship and don't want one, then you can just skip this category. You guys are awesome.
Lots of engagement. I love it.
And now rate your financial life on a 1 to 10, where you are right now. Okay, some people in here, we need to bring their scores up. Others, yeah, that's great. That means a lot of upset. Okay, you guys, this is fantastic. I don't want to rush you, but I'll give you just another minute. Okay, beautiful. Good job. Okay, now now what you want to do is you want to take those three scores and just add them up, okay? Add those three numbers. And so everyone put your final score. If you want to, you don't have to post, obviously, but if you want to, put your final score up there. So ideal would be a 30.
Yeah, of course.
15 is average. 21 is good.
Again, all over the
25
place.
is killing it, right? Yeah, real all over the place. We have a very diverse group on this call.
Great, I love that.
Great to see it. All right, now if we could, let's go ahead and move on. And what we're going to do now is we're going to review where you were a year ago, this week before you moved into 2023. Okay, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Rate yourself a year ago in health and fitness. Where were you? Rate yourself a year ago in your love life on a 1 to 10, same scale. Rate yourself where you were a year ago on your financial life. Okay, now after you're done with those three numbers, go ahead and add them together.
I love all the shares, you guys.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Beautiful.
Let me see yours, sweetie.
I'm not going to show you. I'll show you.
Oh my God, okay. All right, good job. All right, let's move on to the next piece. Now you got two final numbers, one where you are today and one where you were a year ago. And what is the difference between those scores? And is it positive or negative? Okay, so I want to see plus X or minus X. Plus X or minus X.
Some are the same.
Okay.
Lots of minuses.
Yeah, but I'd say mostly pluses, but not real high numbers. These are flying, man.
It's been a hard few years though.
Okay, this is a really interesting little exercise here. Go to the next slide, Alex. Remember, our benchmark here is 25%. So, and then this is a percentage. So, hoping that, you know, I do see some good positive progress here, some real good progress, but a lot of negative. So we're going to see if we can turn that around.
Absolutely.
And how we're going to start is by setting our goals for 2024. I'm going to say this again. The two things to keep in mind are have the courage to ask for what you really want. You saw the ridiculous things that Vishen asked for. They're ridiculous.
I've done that too, you guys. I've asked some crazy stuff like, I don't even know if it's possible. And then it happens. So really go with your soul all the way.
But the other side of it is that you're not just going to get the goal. Vishen didn't get a $150 million company. He got a freaking job list.
It took him 12 years.
And then he got his $150 million company.
That's how it works.
So remember, you know, there's a great Spanish proverb, take what you want, said God to man, and pay for it. So just remember, every one of these goals is going to come with a price tag. That's why we said a goal is something that you've decided you want and are willing to work toward.
Right.
That's where the magic happens. So here we go. We're going to start to set our goals now. Okay, is everybody ready? Are we ready? Take a deep breath. Let's all get grounded. Take us through a little grounding.
All right, everybody, just take a deep breath in into your heart. And then as you breathe out, let it all drain down through your feet, your perineum, all the way down to the center of the earth.
Clean slate, you guys. Clean slate.
All that out. And then when you breathe in, breathe up from the center of the earth and put all that clean energy through your entire body, especially into your heart, your third eye.
A clean slate.
Yeah.
2024 is a clean slate.
Brand new.
All right, let's move on.
New beginning.
Here's the question. Guys and gals, what 3 things could you do in 2024 that would move you the farthest to becoming a 10 out of 10 in the health and fitness category? What 3 things could you commit to? What 3 goals, 3 things that you want that would move you the farthest to your ideal health and fitness next year? Do you need to put a meal plan in place and stick to it? Do you need to put a workout plan in place and stick to it? Do you want to get stronger, be able to bench 200 pounds? Do you want to be able to run a marathon? Do you want to educate yourself? Is that one of the best things you could do next year, is educate yourself in health and fitness and really learn about it? Do you have to join a gym?
Oh, self-care.
Self-care is awesome.
Huge. I just saw that. Beautiful. Yes.
Getting better sleep. Self-care is huge. You know, we all have too much stress.
That's right.
It's got to go.
Yeah.
Mental health belongs in here too. Absolutely. Now, as you're doing this, I do want to share something that we've learned in our 20 plus years of working with so many people with goal sets. And that is there's a lot of things that health and fitness include. You know, good sleep, chiropractic care, skin care, care for your mind, etc. But the truth of the matter is this: 80 to 90% of the game in this category is what you put into your body and how you use your body. Period. We know this. We've seen it. 80 to 90% is your diet and your exercise. You dial those 2 things in, you're going to be around the 3rd turn of that quarter-mile track. So really focus on that. Just take a minute, get those 3 desires down for next year.
I saw someone say meditation, and I got to say, you guys, meditation is like #1 in all of my categories, because really that is just such a game changer. A lot of you know that, so that's beautiful.
Let me add to that.
Yeah.
we have something called category interconnectivity, where you take a strategy and you see how many different categories it affects positively. There's the two biggest ones are meditation and world travel, but meditation is actually ahead of world travel in the sense that it has a positive effect on more categories of your life than any other single practice. And you guys, it took us 20 years to finally get a meditation practice in
After
place.
trying so many different things.
And it's only been a couple of years for us, and it has changed our lives. So that's a good one. All right, so everyone got their health goals down. Are we good?
Do it. Let's move on.
All right, let's move on to love. Now, there are a couple different positions you could be in. You could be in a marriage or a love relationship that's doing very, very poorly that you need to save. That could be one. You could be in a love relationship that's gotten mediocre and you want to take it to the next level. You want to make that love relationship that you're in right now a 10-10. You might be in a love relationship that's toxic that you need to get out of, or a love relationship like Mission's that was a wonderful friendship, but clearly there's a better path for both of you. And in that case, what 3 things do you need to do to start moving in that direction? Or you may not have love in your life right now, but want love. And in that case, what is it? You need to join that dating site. You need to join that networking group. You need to go out there and find the places that women or men that you sort of visualize that you'd love to be with are at, so that you can meet them. How are you going to take that existing love relationship to the next level? Are you going to put in a weekly overnight date so that you can connect again like adults intimately without the kids? That was one of the best things we ever did.
Right on.
What else, baby?
Oh,
Daily communication rituals?
Connection. Yeah, because I mean, you guys, it's so busy. Everything's so busy in this world. You have to connect. And not just, once a week on date night, it's daily. And John and I would have 3 daily connection rituals.
Yep.
So just as much as you can, you want to share your life with this other person. So
we worked out most days together, and that's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. That's a love goal, and that's we go running. We used to go running together. Yeah. It was wonderful. Any kind of activity that you can do together it's been scientifically proven to increase feelings of love.
And it is good to stack. You can stack these things. Like we just went over health and fitness and love. They're so tied together. Sure. If you up your game and become more sexy, then your love life is going to absolutely.
And sex can be exercise too.
Big time.
Okay, so list the 3 things that would get you the farthest to becoming a 10-10. Okay. Let's just take another few seconds here. Really bring some clarity to this.
And really tap into your voice. Listen to that quiet voice of yours, not society. Block that out.
All right, let's move on to money,
Wealth.
Your financial life, wealth, abundance. Don't know where you are right now. I don't know, when you scored yourself where you are right now. I don't know whether you're a 3, a 5, a 7, or a 10. But what I'm asking you to do is commit to 3 things that you could do in the coming year that would move you in the direction of your ideal financial life. Is this the year that you're going to finally get a financial plan in place? Is this the year that you're finally going to get a budget in place? Or is this the year that you're finally going to start paying yourself first and saving 10% off the top of each check?
That's right. Or is this the year that you're going to literally fix your relationship with money? Go from scarcity to abundance mindset. Yeah, that's huge, you guys. That's a massive, massive win.
Is this the year that you're committed to cutting expenses and stop wasting money so that you can really get this category under control and focus? I love it, you guys. There's so much variety in this group. One's like, I want to get out of debt. The other's, I want to be a millionaire. It's all over the place, which is wonderful.
It's the diversity.
What 3 things can you commit to that is going to move this category in the right direction for you next year? Pay off all debts. I love that one.
That feels good.
Millionaire by 27. Let's do it. Okay. Get out of my current mess. We've all been there, brother. We've all been there.
We all make messes.
That's right.
It teaches us how to get out of them.
All right. Now, what I'd like you to do is, Alex, can I see the next slide? Okay, what I'd like you to do is take a look at the 9 goals you just set in those 3 categories. If you achieved your health goals, all 3 of them, achieved them, if you knock the ball out of the park on all of those love goals and achieve them, and the same with your financial life, what do you think your scores would be across those 3 categories a year from when we're sitting here right now? 10, 10, 10. That's awesome. 30. I love it. Seriously? Well, that's amazing. Because usually, well, I shouldn't say usually, because anything can happen. This is great, you guys. This is great.
You get it.
This is friggin' great.
This is what consciousness and clarity does for your goals, you guys. You bring this much consciousness to yourself and what you desire. That's right. Look at that. Wow.
And that's what Missy just said is absolutely right. This is why Lifebookers are able to put that 25.1% on the board year after year after year. It is the consciousness that they have brought to their lives across every area of their lives that turbocharges their shit. It's as simple as that. You can't bring this much consciousness to your life and not transform. Alex, let's move on to the next slide. So what we're going to do right now, for those of you who haven't been through the Lifebook process, we're going to share what the magic mechanism is. And you'll understand this as we go through it. We take a look at 12 different areas of your life: your health and fitness, your intellectual life, your emotional life, your character, which is who you are deep down as a person, your spiritual life, your love relationship, your parenting, your social life, your financial life, your career, your quality of life. And what we do is we go deep. Alex, next slide. And we ask ourselves the same 4 questions in each of these areas of life. This is the magic of Lifebook. This is the consciousness. 4 questions are, now think about this. I'm asking myself this in my health and fitness, in my financial life, in my love relationship, every category of my life. First is, what do I believe about this category of life? What are the beliefs that have been controlling my behavior in this area?
Massive question.
Life changer. Yeah. That one. Because what will happen when you start to examine your beliefs in these categories is you'll discover that you've got shitty disempowerments that were installed in your head when you were a kid, and
you'll root out society when you do this. You'll get rid of all the people that are talking to you in your head that are not you. And really, when you really get to this kind of consciousness with your own soul, you're talking to your soul, not what your parents put in there, not your preacher, your teacher, anything. It's really, we're talking about real soul work here.
Exactly.
Guys, for real.
This is a game changer. And what you do is you get rid of disempowering beliefs. You're like, I don't need that anymore. That's out of my life, and I'm going to replace it with this. Holy cow, you do that turbocharges your path. The second thing, and frankly, the most important question, this is what Lifebook is really about. The second thing that we ask in every one of those categories is, what precisely, with clarity, do I want in this area of my life? What is my vision? You get crystal clear on what you want in every important area of your life. The next question is, why do I want that? What am I going to gain if I get it? What am I going to lose if I don't? What's the purpose behind that vision? Why is that important? Because your purpose is your driving force. Your purpose will determine whether or not you get up out of bed in the morning excited to work on that goal. The stronger your purpose, the more energy you're going to have. And if you don't have a purpose,
if it's a purpose, if you don't have a purpose, it's because it's not your goal. Most likely, it's not your goal.
Yeah.
So.
And then lastly, and this is where the rubber hits the road. If that's my vision for this category of my life, what do I need to do to get it? What is my action plan? I got to put one foot in front of the other.
And you guys, this is the flow. You can see your beliefs and your wants and your why, and then you do. What do you believe? What do I want? I'm going to vision that. Then I have big purpose because it's my desires. And then I'm going to do it. I'm going to get up out of bed every day and do it. You can see that's the flow.
So you do that across 12 categories of your life. And so we're going to take you right now through our premise. We call, what do I believe? Premise. A premise is a belief, but it's not just any belief. It's a foundational belief. It's a belief upon which other beliefs are based. Vision is, what do I want? Purpose is, why do I want it? And strategy is what do I need to do to get it? And goals live in strategy. The reason that Lifebookers put those points on the board is because we didn't even start setting our goals until we're this clear on our life. Right? And that's an absolute game changer.
That's right.
So what we're going to do with you is we're going to just share very quickly our premise, vision, purpose, and strategy in one category, the financial life. We're going to blast through this, hopefully just to give you an idea of what a thought down category in your life can look like, and how much, if you did this, how stable and solid you would feel moving into goal setting. So let's take a look at the next slide, Alex.
Okay.
Premise. What do you believe about money?
So these are some of our beliefs, you guys, just as an example.
And by the way, I want to say this, the most important thing that we've learned in our entire Lifebook journey in teaching this for 25 years is the following. There is no one right answer for all of us in any area of life. None. There's no single strategy that will work for everybody. Period. We know that because we've seen all the assessments, we've seen all the goal sets.
Too much diversity.
And what that means is you've got to figure out your own stuff. So we're going to share our stuff right now, may or may not apply to you. You've got to take responsibility to figure out your own stuff. If you join Lifebook, that's what you do. It's an empty system that you fill up with your own wisdom. The life-changing information that comes out of the Lifebook program doesn't come at you, it comes from you. And that's the difference between Lifebook and anything else.
Beautiful.
So here are some beliefs that we have about money. Number one, money is awesome. Money is friggin' money.
Money's a really good
Money
thing.
is a blessing. Look, money is an invention without which civilization would not have been possible.
Money is an invention. I love that you just said that. It's not the thing.
It
It's an
allows
invention.
us to trade our goods and services more easily. Civilization is only possible because of money. Our quality of life depends on it. The creation of wealth is what wipes out poverty and human suffering in the world. Money is friggin' good, and we want a lot of it.
Money represents that wealth that John just
Exactly.
described. That's the thing, you guys. You don't get tied to those little paper things.
Yeah.
It's what they represent,
Yes.
which is the wealth of humanity.
Yes. So this belief is the polar opposite of the belief that the love of money is the root of all evil, which most of us were taught when we were kids. And that is a crazy, disempowering, incorrect belief.
Yeah, that's basically saying that all human endeavor is evil.
Right. So
No.
look, if you have the
That's not
belief
right.
of the love of money is the root of all evil in your head, deeply ingrained in you, how financially successful do you think you're going to be? That sabotages you
It's
right out
upside
of the
down.
gate. So now we got to get through this faster.
Yeah, come on, keep going.
So we love money and we want a lot of it. And let's go to the next thing.
Mhm.
See, this is big. Wealth is an effect, not a cause. And the cause of wealth is creating value for the people around you,
That's right.
period.
It's a big one.
If you want to enrich yourself, your job is to enrich the people around you. The reason Vishen has a $150 million company is he's enriched millions and millions and millions of people.
Mhm.
Your rewards are directly proportionate to the value you create, which is one of the reasons we know that money is a good thing. It comes from the very best inside of you in the service of other people.
The more you give, the more you receive.
That's right. That's exactly what sums
That's
it up. Next, money expands who you already are. Money will not make you happy if you're a miserable person. Money does not buy happiness. If you're a happy person, it can make you more happy. If you're an asshole, it'll allow you to be a bigger asshole on a giant scale.
Yep.
If you're a kind, giving, loving person, it allows you to do that on a bigger scale.
Mhm.
It simply expands who you already are.
Mhm.
Money can make you happy if you're already a happy person. If you are a miserable person, it will make you more miserable. We've seen that over and over and over. So those are some of the things we believe about money. Let's go on to our vision of ourselves in this area of our lives. So our vision of ourselves starts with a vision, Alex, next one, of living in an abundant universe. Missy and I believe that we live in a universe that is there to give us everything we want.
It's got our back, just like Vishen said. The universe has our back. Whether you know that or not, it's
Yep.
got your back.
We live in the richest time and the richest place in all of human history. It's never been easier to create wealth than it is now. We live in an abundant universe and we want to take part of it. That's the foundation of our vision for our financial life.
Yep.
Next, we're destined to be huge financial successes. And by the way, you guys, we wrote that where we were dirt poor.
When we weren't.
So even if you're not there yet, Just tell yourself, I'm destined to be a big
I wanna
financial
do something
success.
about this really quick, because you guys really, it's what you bring out from inside of you. It's all in your hands. If you're going to be a financial success, it's completely in your hands by self-actualizing yourself
100%.
and bringing out something to offer humanity that is unique and special that everyone needs and wants.
Because remember, the fundamental premise of wealth is the more I give, the more I receive. So
right.
that's exactly right.
That's right.
Okay, here's the last piece of our vision. We know exactly how much money we need. We know exactly how much money we want. And those are two different numbers, by the way.
Mhm.
How much we need is one thing. And once you achieve that, you're
Not
good.
much.
You're
It's
good.
not much.
Everything else is gravy,
Mhm.
right? And then you go for what you want, and that's nothing but fun.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go on to the next one so we can hand this over to Vishen in time.
Purpose.
Why do we want massive financial abundance? What is the reason behind that?
Mm.
Well, for us, freedom is our absolute core value, and money gives us freedom. It gives us the freedom to do what we want, when we want, with whom we want, where we want. It's friggin' awesome.
It gives us the opportunity to help more people.
That's right.
And to do better and bigger things in the world.
Second, money can improve every area of our lives. So if you want to get in better shape, you can hire a trainer, or you can join a gym, or you can make a home gym. If you want to spice up your love relationship, you can take some trips, or it makes your dates better. Literally, you can take financial abundance and apply it to every single one of your 12 categories.
Yes.
And you will see that money can improve every single important area of your
It
life.
settles your emotional life. It gives you that
Yeah.
sense of stability, and
Yeah.
you don't have worry.
Being broke all the time and having
Oh,
financial
stress.
stress is emotionally difficult. We don't want that. So next,
Next purpose? Yes. Oh my gosh.
money has spiritual significance to us for the reasons that we just stated. That the pursuit of wealth in our model requires us to become the best people we can be, and to develop our talents and skills, and then to enlist those talents and skills in the service of other people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get any better than that. To self-actualize by helping other people self-actualize. And it's not just because we're in the personal development space, you guys. That's the model. Your job, if you want to get rich, is to figure out what your unique talents and gifts are, develop those talents, match them to somebody else's needs, and help those people. If you do that in a financial model that works, you'll become wealthy.
That's right.
And the more people you help, the more wealthy you'll be. Vishen's a beautiful example of that. So are we.
Beautiful.
All right, let's go to the end. We're going to get this done in time. All right, here's where the rubber hits the road. So you want to be wealthy? Well, what are you going to need to do to get it? Let's take a look at this. And I'm actually going to take a look at my notes here, because these are awesome. Okay. One of the best strategies that you can employ. And now these are strategies. And then from these, we set goals. So I'm going to share basically philosophical strategy with you right now. And you can pull your goals from these if you want to modify your goals after you hear this. Save more and spend less. It's not about how much you make. It's how much you keep. Here's something you got to understand. A dude that makes $1 million a month and a dude that makes $1,000 a month end up in exactly the same place if you spend everything you make. Those two people end up exactly in the same place if they spend everything. So your job is to save more and spend less. Here's a couple ways you can do that. Number one, pay yourself first. Take 10% off the top of every check and put it away. Buy gold, put it in an investment account, put it away. That's yours. You pay yourself before your landlord, before your bills, before anybody else. Missy and I started doing this, and then we stopped for a while, and then we started again, and now we do it religiously. If you start doing that in your 20s, you will retire rich, period. But we don't do that because we've never been taught that. That's a huge, everyone knows that this probably, or most people. Save 10% of what you make. Don't ever spend it for any reason. Learn how to live on 90% of what you make. That's one of the best strategies you could put in.
If you don't have, you can't give. You can't share with others. So you have to take care of yourself first.
Number two is, it's not there yet, Alex. Number two under save more and spend less is to cut expenses. You can work on financial abundance from two sides. It's not just about making more money. Vision would be done in 3 minutes. It's not just about making more money. It's about it's about the wedge in between your income and your expenses. You want to drive a wedge in between your income and expenses, because that's where financial abundance lives.
Yeah.
So get your income as high as you can, but keep your expenses as low as you can if you want to build true
Made it
wealth.
on both sides. So just
All right, let's go to the next one. Learn to invest wisely. Here are the rules here. Number one, never friggin' lose money. I know every investment comes with a little bit of risk, but if there's a way that you can lose your principal, don't make the investment. It took way too long and it was way too hard to make that money. Don't lose it.
keyword is wise.
Invest in only what you know. This is the best tip I was ever given by anybody when it came to investment. This was Garrett Gunderson, one of Mind and Vision's mutual friends. And here's what he said. He said, John, the risk is not in the investment. The risk is in the investor. What that means is, are stocks a good investment? Well, it's not. The risk isn't in the stock investment. It's in the investor. Stocks are a great investment for my brother, Don. He's awesome at it. He wins every time. I suck at it.
We can't do that.
We can't do it. I
We don't
lose every
understand.
time. If I buy a stock, you should short it immediately because it's going to go down.
It doesn't make sense.
However, contemporary art, I've never made I know that business. My dad's an artist. I grew up in the art world. It's all right. I've never made a buying mistake in art. That's a very, very difficult game. You try that, you're going to lose your ass. The risk is not in the investment, it is in the investor. And that means don't invest in anything you don't understand. And you can also turn some of your areas of interest into investments. Our chiropractor, he has antique cars. He redoes them, right? One of our best friends invests in wine. You can make some of your hobbies into investments. And then lastly, this is a good one.
It's a big one.
Best investment you could ever make in your entire life is an investment in yourself. It's learning new knowledge and learning new skills. It's taking courses. It's getting accredited in different things. It's when you invest in programs, courses, anything that will make you, that will investment you could make. It will return better than any stock, any real estate investment, any investment you could ever make is an investment in yourself. And we've been doing that for 30 years, right?
Because everything comes from within you.
So if you do year after year after year, spending money on your own personal development, you will crush it.
Woo.
Last slide for us. Lifebookers bring so much consciousness to every important area of their lives before they sit down and set their goals, that they're able to create constant forward motion at that 25.1% rate average and have the lives that they have. And eventually, if you do it long enough, you end up right in the middle of your life vision, and it's a wonderful place to be. So guys, I hope you got some good value. You take a look at those goals you set and you commit to them, and you're going to have one hell of a year next year.
Good job, everybody. You too. Oh, thanks for all the hearts. I love hearts.
Thanks, John and Missy. So
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
what we want to do now is we want to give you a quick tour of Lifebook. Now, Lifebook has evolved, and what we're going to do here, I'm going to promise you two things. I'm going to show you the new features on Lifebook that we just added, and I want to make this promise. All of you who bought Lifebook before, we're giving you these new features completely free. Okay, so I'm going to show you something really cool. It's a new Lifebook technology that we've built. And even if you bought Lifebook 5 years ago, this is our gift to you. We're going to upgrade you completely free because we love our customers. Okay, now for those of you who haven't done Lifebook, I want to show you what Lifebook is about. And I want to tell you that every time, John and Missy, one of the things I really love about them is that their goal is to get 1 million people with a Lifebook. So as we grow in terms of the number of people who are getting on Lifebook, we bring down the price. So think about that, right? You're seeing prices go up in many other products. As we scale, we pass on the economies of scale to you. So what you're going to see is not only are we adding free stuff for the people who believed in us 2-3 years ago, but we're going to bring down the price for those of you who are coming in right now. And I think you're going to like what you're going to see. So this is the new invention of Lifebook. Now, let me quickly take you through this. So firstly, there are 2 ways to learn Lifebook. So the old method was you could take a self-guided 6-week program at your own pace on the Mindvalley app. right? And this is good, but many people said, Vishen, you know, that $7,500 seminar that you experience, I want to get some of that. I want to experience that, but I can't afford to pay. Okay, now 7.5 in 2010 is 10,000 today. I can't afford to pay 10,000. So what we decided to do is create a new method of learning Lifebook, where we deliver the seminar to you with trained facilitators on Zoom. So if you enjoyed this style of learning, we've created Method 2, which is you join Lifebook live over 6 days. In 3 weekends, your Lifebook is done. So it's a Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. So maybe you're the type of person, and you know you don't have the self-discipline to go through the entire course on your own, but I'm sure you can put this on your calendar and attend it with a live facilitator. There's a community supporting you, and in 6 weekends, your Lifebook is done, which means you will have your 100-page Lifebook before the end of January. And think about what that's going to do to your life, right? Okay, now let me show you the 2 options so you can decide which one you want. So the 6-week
Vishen,
online.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Vishen, there's no slides on screen right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know,
Yeah.
John. I'm sorry. I thought my
Sorry
screen.
about that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so these are the 2 methods. There's method 1, which is self-guided. Method 2 is the seminar. Okay, now let's talk about the self-guided one. So the self-guided, if you were doing this on the Mindvalley platform, you would take this over approximately, I'm going to show you. So you'd come to the platform, you'd type in Lifebook, okay, and you would take this platform, you would take this over 6 weeks. You're doing roughly 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's what it looks like. You can see it's beautifully designed. So you might click on, for example, character. This would be John and Missy guiding you through the character category. You can see the quality of production. It's like a Netflix style documentary.
To be disciplined.
It's really, really well produced, but it gives you the framework to think. And as you're listening to this, you're writing things down. And at the end of this video, this particular video is around 90 minutes. You're done with the character category of your Lifebook. You may spend another hour or so refining it, but overall, you're done with your Lifebook roughly in 6 weeks. And you're showing up for approximately, in total, it's around 20 hours. That's what I remember. Okay. But the other way that you can learn, so again, let's go through this. The other way is the 6-day live experience. This is not 6 weeks. This is 6 days. Now, because we know you all have jobs, it's a Saturday, Sunday over 3 weekends. That's what it looks like for 6 days. It's a little bit longer than doing it on yourself, but here's the advantage. There's a community doing it with you, a couple of 100 people. We're going to have different time zones depending on whether you're in Asia or Europe or the US. And people share their Lifebook, their goals, their visions with each other, and it's truly inspiring. So if you love community, you like doing this with a group of people, you want someone to push you, you want to be part of this, okay? So at the end of this 6 days, you'll have your Lifebook done. Now, we get incredible testimonials from Lifebook. This lady, for example, Teresa Nito, completely transformed her career. Chris Condon turned his life around in 8 months, paid off $42,000 in debt. Katie Schott spoke about how she hit her ideal weight. These stories go on and on and on. These stories are astounding. I want to show you something. I want to hear the craziest story. Raise your hand if you have one. Okay, yes. So
I've never traveled internationally, where I've parked myself in Europe. And
these
before I finished my Lifebook, I was in
attending
Thailand.
a presentation with John.
First ever Schengen country visit.
Awesome. Amazing.
So 2 years ago, I wrote my Lifebook, and I wrote in quality of life that I would like to live in a place where 90% of the year there is sun and it's warm. And last year, I'm living in Dubai, and I moved there, so I am living there.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Recovering from eating disorders and creating vibrant health from the inside out.
Amazing.
Great. I traveled in more than 20 countries, creating a second business because this is what I needed to get the money to do that.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Congratulations.
I wrote my Lifebook 2 years ago, and I manifested my love relationship at MVU last year.
That's huge.
I did the Lifebook before the COVID, and I manifest my paradise. I'm still building. I'm off-road. I have 5 hectares in north of Spain.
That's beautiful.
I was struggling for a long time, trying to accomplish a lot of goals, but I was totally lost. And thanks to this guy who inspired me to do Lifebook, I finally got solid and straight on my my goals and accomplishments.
Amazing. Pass the mic too.
Well, after 3 unhealthy marriages and divorces, I finally am in a healthy love relationship. I got married thanks to Lifebook.
Hi, I did Lifebook 4 years ago. That was my first quest when I joined Mindvalley. It changed my life in many ways, but I think the main thing is to have left an abusive relationship and now to be surrounded with people that love me and that I love back.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
I put down, I want an extra $100,000. I don't know where it's going to come from. And 3 months ago, I did my Lifebook 1 year and 3 months ago. And 3 months ago, I was doing my finances, and there it was.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Right.
I did Lifebook in the beginning of 2022, and I really wanted to meet a bunch of people that wanted to change the world and wanted to contribute something. But you have to go through all the categories, right? So I did all of them. The love category as well. That was the last thing I was looking for. So first of all, I met all of the people that wanted to change the world at A-Fest, like 3 months later. And there I also met somebody that I fell crazily in love with, even though that was the last thing that I was looking for. But thanks to your stupid categories,
I love that. I love that.
That's awesome.
I joined Lifebook earlier this year and I did it for my first time and I manifested my tourism company and I have a boat in Cartagena, Colombia. And so I'm really just so happy for the focus and the energy and the intention.
That's beautiful.
I did my Lifebook at January 2021. And at that time, all the things that I wrote down sounded so funny to my girlfriend that she just kind of trolled me and said, you're stupid. And now we're just traveling around the world, living this life. And my point of kind of trolling her is to point out things that are happening and say, hey, this was funny to you 2 years ago. Look around.
In 2019, I came across Lifebook, and in my health and fitness category, I said that I'll be in the best shape of my life throughout my entire life. And then WildFit showed up, and Whole Body showed up, and I've shed 50 pounds as I started on the WildFit stage. And I'm getting better and better as proven by tests.
That's amazing.
I did Lifebook 2.5 years ago. And then 1 year ago, I was able to quit my day job and go fully self-employed and work from anywhere in the world, which is the freedom that I was looking for.
Okay, now I want to show you something crazy, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think it's amazing when you hear testimonials from people who have done it. But you can go to stories.mindvalley.com. There are 2,403 additional case studies that you can browse. Okay, you can even choose to browse them by your country. Let's say you're in Lithuania. Okay, these are all the Lifebookers in Lithuania and what they have accomplished. So 2,400 Lifebook stories. And does the system work? You can see it's not just me. All of these people, they're not compensated for sharing their story. And, typically 1% of a product's users will go to a website and spend that time writing a case study. So 1%, so there's at least 100 times as many people who have gotten results from this as the stories over here. So let's go back. Okay, now, as you can see, this is probably a no-brainer. Okay, the only thing you should worry about is cost. Are you going to be able to afford this? So wait, I'm going to show you how. All right, now, how does Lifebook work? John took you to 3 categories, but there are actually 12 categories. You're going to go really deep in 12 categories. Modern society doesn't train us on the importance of things such as character, how to be a good person, but you need to set goals for that. It doesn't train us on parenting, how to be connected to your child. I mean, your kid could be 27 years old, you could be in your 60s. That connection is still important. It doesn't teach us how to get connected to our spiritual life or set goals for spirit, set goals for our persistent emotional states. Lifebook will get you there. Okay, it's very, very, very personal and it's measurable. You will get access to a tool that you can take every 6 months that will help you measure your scores. All right, now, this is our 2024 special offer. So you can create your Lifebook. Right now in 2024, you no longer just have to take Lifebook online. You can take Lifebook as a 6-week program. Okay. Now, if you take it as the 6-week program online, week 1 focuses on health and fitness. Week 2 is emotional and character. Week 3 goes into spirit and love. Week 4, parenting and social life. Week 5, finance and career. Week 6, quality of life and life vision. That is if you're doing it by yourself. Now, the second option is to take it as Lifebook Live. These are the dates. Feel free to take them down. So weekend 1 is Jan 6 and 7. Weekend 2 is the weekend following it, Jan 13, 14. Weekend 3 is Jan 2021. So right as January kicks off, You dive in straight, and at the end of these 6 weekend days, you will have your Lifebook ready. Now, I know some of you are thinking, oh man, there goes my weekend. No, it's not the entire weekend. It's about 5 hours per day. Okay. Surely you can spend 5 hours per day. I know you might be in a relationship and your partner might be wondering what the hell. Well, bring them in as well. You want your partner doing Lifebook with you. Maybe you have kids. This is going to make you a better parent. So find a way to have your kids preoccupy themselves for 5 hours a day and commit to this. Just so you know, 5 hours a day isn't that big when you consider this fact. On a weekend, the average American is spending roughly 3 to 4 hours on social media or TV. So just put aside your social media or TV and add an extra hour, and you will get this done. But imagine your life when you have your 100-page Lifebook ready and done, giving you this web of manifestation for the rest of your life. Okay. And the seminars are really fun because there's a lot of group sharing happening as well. So day 1, Jan 6, at the end of day 1 itself, you will get your goals for health and fitness and intellectual life done. Day 2, Jan 7, you finish all your pages on emotional life and character. Jan 13, spiritual life and love relationship. Jan 14, parenting and social life. Jan 20th, financial life and career. That's a big one. Jan 21st, quality of life and life vision. Now, these are the options for you. You can take the self-guided experience for $399. The live 6-day event is worth about $1,200. We have charged that much for Lifebook facilitation delivered online. But right now it's $499. So you can decide which one you feel is right for you. Remember, okay, I paid $10,000 for Lifebook. Now, some of you may want to do the Lifebook $10,000 program. You can, if you're interested in that, if you want more information on that, would you mind just typing yes in the chat just so I can get a sense? Okay, and Ramya, who is helping me run this webinar, Ramya, could you just WhatsApp me the links to the Lifebook purchase page and the Lifebook $10,000 luxury retreat purchase page as well? Okay, because the 10,000 retreat is back. It's happening in Dubai. If you want to go for the 4-day immersion and get it all done in 4 days in a beautiful luxury surrounding in Dubai with 35 other elite Lifebookers and a trained facilitator, then we have that option for you. More on that later. But right now, this is what we have. Now, again, because we're Mindvalley, what we're going to do is we're going to lower the price to $299. Okay, so you can choose either option for $299. So do you guys make up your mind? Which one is better for you? Feel free to put it in the chat, just so we have an idea of what people prefer. Okay. Some people are saying, seriously? Yeah, seriously. Lifebook used to be $500. Many people here whom you see who are previous Lifebookers, back then it was $500, but as more people came in, again, as I said, economies of scale, we pass the savings to you. Now it gets even better, guys. We don't want to put you in this conflict where you got to decide, do I do it self-guided or do I join the webinar? And maybe, you join the online webinar and you feel the 5 hours is too much. You want to go back to self-guided. Let's just make it easy. So what I mean by make it easy is you don't have to make up your mind. We're going to give you both. So no matter what option you take, we'll give you the other option completely free. Okay. So you invest in one, you get the other option free. So whether you want to take Lifebook, do it yourself, or Lifebook facilitation starting Jan 6, the other option is free. And you can take both. So even if you take the facilitation, we'll give you the online version of digital of Lifebook completely free. You will get access to this full platform completely free. All right. So you don't have to worry about it. All we ask in return is don't pirate it, right? We're going to give you a link to join the Zoom. Don't share that. It needs to be an intimate group. If you have friends who want to join in, it's just $299. Okay, fair enough. Now, we have we opened up 2,000 spots for the $299 price. Then the price goes up to $399. And we don't know if we'll give the buy one, get one offer. Of the 2,000 spots, 720 have already been snapped up. So we'll keep this offer up until Jan 2nd. Okay, it is a really good offer. It used to be 500. We'll keep this up for until Jan 2nd or 1-80, whichever comes first. So if you're ready to do this, please jump in. All right, now you have to join before Jan 2nd for this offer. Now, there are a couple of exclusive bonuses. I want to show you something. So former Lifebookers, people who took it before, this is what we're going to give you. In addition to creating Lifebook, you can do it on paper if you want. You can do it on Microsoft Word, but we've created a digital Lifebook platform. So I'm going to show you what this platform looks like. You can access it from Mindvalley Home. You'll get instructions for it. So you can see it looks like this. And this is where I'm building my Lifebook for health and fitness. Now, this platform is really, really, really cool. You can add images. So let's say I want to type in abs, okay? I like that image. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to arrange this. So it ends up being like a digital vision board. I want to add another image over here. I'm going to call this, okay, maybe exploring pole plunges. So you see, you automatically create your beautiful digital vision board. It's even also kind of fun. You can add GIFs, you can add videos. So I want to put flexing. All right, let's put that image of the wrestler because I want biceps like that. So you create your entire Lifebook online. Now, this platform right now, it allows you to create these Lifebook pages really, really, really easily. It's beautifully formatted and so on. So as you go through Lifebook, you're programming it online, but this is integrated with Mindvalley. When we get to Q2, we're now going to give you an option where you can allow Mindvalley's AI to understand your Lifebook and then recommend the right lessons for you to study. Okay, so based on what you put in here, an AI will recommend the right classes, the right lessons, maybe even the right supplements or the right books to get you there. And yes, someone said, can we download it? So being based in Europe, GDPR is very, very, very important to us. Everything you put over here, we allow you to take your data with you. So you can download it. Okay, so you will have full access to this data. It's just a really beautiful platform that allows you to build vision boards, Lifebooks, anything you want directly over here. All right, and when you start, you'll see a rough framework like this. You start building it up on your own. Okay, so let's go back here. So this is the first bonus that we're going to give you. The second bonus is we're going to put you in a Lifebook. There'll be a community on the Mindvalley app, so you can interact with other Lifebookers. And on top of that, the additional bonus is accountability. So what we mean by this is there's a Telegram group, and in this Telegram group, we'll have, for those of you who want to take the self-guided option, you join a Telegram group, everybody commits to starting on the same day. And what happens is that we have these little notifications that ping you every day. We found that these notifications improve completion rate by 40%. So again, this is for people who need that push. Certain people, you need that push, you need that reminder, okay? So we arrange it. Another bonus is that we're going to give you access to handpicked pages from John's personal Lifebook so John can serve as an inspiration. And there'll be a bonus video on creating your ideal life vision. This is an extra video that John is creating. Now, all of you who bought Lifebook before, the digital Lifebook that I mentioned, this is the free gift that we're going to give you. So you're going to get access to this tool, okay? So you'll have access to this beautiful digital Lifebook. If you want to be able to put your Lifebook online and very rapidly add the most beautiful images, visuals, animated GIFs, etc. to it. These are all the bonuses you get. So we've shared amazing student stories, but let's talk about some personal growth legends. Lisa Nichols said that Lifebook changed her life. She told a story about how she was moving, I believe, from LA to San Diego, and she was driving a car with a U-Haul in the back. A U-Haul is like a tow truck with all of your belongings. And she said it was her in the driver's seat, and in the passenger seat was her Lifebook. That was how precious it is to her. Ben Greenfield, one of the fittest men in America, he did Lifebook. It transformed his life, and he's been telling everyone about it on his popular podcasts. Lots of incredible people have done Lifebook. Okay, now remember it's buy one get two. So and it's for 1,280 spots. Then the price goes up. And you have to do this before Jan 2nd, okay? So this deal is for Jan 2nd. So you know who you are if Lifebook is for you. These are just quick summaries. These are Q&As. Let me quickly address these, okay? So who should take Lifebook? As I mentioned, if you want to get your life deliberately structured, if you're going through a transition point, how long is it? It's roughly, John, I think it's roughly around 6 days if you take the guided one, and it's right. 6 weeks, around, let's say 3 to 4 hours per week if you go self-guided.
Correct. Each category is just over 2 hours.
To do the work.
Yeah.
To do the work, yeah. So whether
Yeah.
you spread that out one way or the other, that's what you put in.
Yeah. So the templates are really fast. You can use the digital Lifebook. People typically complete the templates. You know, the advantage of the Lifebook is a very visual medium. Like my Lifebook is filled with pictures, but the beauty of the digital Lifebook is it's so easy to add pictures. You have access to 10 million pictures. Let's say, okay, love. Okay. And I want to add a walk on the beach, right? I want to add a picture of having a walk on a beach with a romantic partner. Okay, so you can literally type in walk on beach and you have the pictures. So you have all of these, there's an entire picture library here that you can choose. And so it becomes really easy to create that visual context for your Lifebook. And so it's now even faster than it was before. All right, so this is what you got to do to join Lifebook. Let's go to that page. So you want to go to go.mindvalley.com. Go.mindvalley.com. Ramya, could we add a quicker link to that page? Maybe a redirect. Okay, I'll let you create that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So when you go to the page, all the information is here. You can click join the program to immediately join the program. Let me show you what you're getting. So this page covers everything. There's a quick recap video here, 3 minutes telling you how Lifebook works. It talks about all the bonuses. The digital Lifebook will be emailed to you first week of Jan. And that's what you click to join the program. As you can see previously, this particular offer, which is the Lifebook seminar, the guided seminar, as well as the self-guided, was approximately $1,250. Now you can get it for $299, okay? While we have spots left. So thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. We'll also email you the link to this. We had 4,000 people on this webinar. We have 1,280 spots left. So make sure you act quickly, okay? Thank you so much, guys. John, Missy, any closing words?
It's been great to spend this time with you guys.
So wonderful.
And we hope to see you in the Lifebook program.
And make
Right.
2024 awesome, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Exactly. And couple of you have done Lifebook online before, and you asked me if you can join the seminar. I think there's a really small fee for that. There's a very small repeat fee. Ramya, could you let me know what that repeat fee is? You can text it to me. Okay. I think it's like 100 or 200, something like that. Oh, it's 199. Right. So if you've done Lifebook before and you want to do the seminar and go through those 6 days and get your Lifebook done for 2024, I'm going to be doing that as well because it's so valuable for me. And I'm part of that person who likes doing it with a facilitator. Then it's just 199. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you. We'll send you a link to everything.
much,
It was great being with you. And thank you, John and Missy, for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.